Like I looked at so many houses that I still have pictures and videos of kept. So if I tell you, Jay, you're looking for a house, you're reaching out to me or to my cousin's connection that you're looking for a house, I will tell you I looked at these number of houses, but I'll save you that trouble.
Yes.
I'm going to go through that trouble for you.
Yes.
I'm going to look for a house for you. Now, if I come with 3 houses in front of you, please choose one because I've done the job, you know?
Beach resort, which just so literally you can go to the working 9 to 5. Here is spectacular and strong, like Rwanda is. Hello everyone, this is your girl J Essence Journey, and you're here with me. And let me be honest with you, like, this is not going to be an interview. This is going to be a conversation. I am so happy to let's just partake down this verbiage road we're going to go down. But this is my good friend Christine. Christine, can you introduce yourself to everyone?
Hello everyone, my name is Christine Babazi. I'm mother of 3 young children, an entrepreneur, and a connector.
Well, I don't want to say, like, to me you're like the it girl.
All right.
Because you know it. Not only do you know it, you do it.
All right.
And so while a lot of times I talk to people about the business and doing things in Rwanda, this is going to be more of a world conversation because you introduce yourself first as a mother.
Yes.
And how long have you been in Rwanda? What is your journey like?
Well, my journey has been like since I started being a mother, or even like just after getting married. We got married in Rwanda and then we moved outside Rwanda. So it's been a journey of traveling and traveling and traveling. And then a year and a half ago, we came back to Rwanda and we're here for a longer time.
So the first thing I'm going to say is, once you left Rwanda, what is it that you realized about your home and now coming back?
You know, this is so funny because I keep on saying this, that the moment you step into another country, you flash back, Jake, and then you know the beauty of Rwanda. You just realize the weather.
Yes.
You miss just the people, you know, and you miss being around family, and you miss having fresh food, fresh herbs, fresh everything.
The fresh is such a key thing, my goodness.
Fruit, vegetable, we're talking about everything in general. So these are the things that draw you back to realize the beauty of Rwanda as a country. Being around family, and you miss having fresh food, fresh herbs, fresh everything.
The fresh is such a key thing, my goodness.
Fruit, vegetable, we're talking about everything in general. So these are the things that draw you back to realize the beauty of Rwanda as a country.
So raising your children in Rwanda, challenges?
Yes, a bit.
Okay.
If you raise some of them in another country.
Okay.
Because most countries are like, everything is family friendly, I would say. But when it comes to Rwanda, we still have a few challenges.
I was going to say that's a new frontier for Rwanda. And I think with the growth, because you know that, you've been gone. So what Rwanda was compared to what Rwanda is now and trying to be, that's growth. And while you're building a lot with housing and new communities and apartments, and you're building all these business things, one of the things that tends to get built last is, like you said, the family friendly. Like, I don't know if you guys had Chuck E. Cheese. You're not going to find Chuck E.
Chuck E. Cheese here,
You're not going to find too many places like your parks or just places that are kid friendly. But they're trying. There's a couple of little things.
The things, I mean, really, they're trying, because if you go to apartments that are 2 bedrooms, sometimes you find when they have like 2 beds, that indicates that those might be for family coming over, and you know, therefore one bed is for another child, the other is for another child. So these are the few changes and the mindsets.
And I would say that I do think when I was doing my preliminary research, that there was a lot more things before COVID.
Correct.
They were trying to do like play dates and different things like that. And they even have a water park out here, we just discovered. But after COVID slowed that down. So there's this new progression of what can kids do.
Oh, yeah. When it comes to kids, especially smaller kids, I'm not leaving teenagers as well.
Yeah.
Not much.
Not much.
But things are changing. People bringing in like child-friendly or family-friendly activities around. So I feel like we could take that to another topic, and maybe we give it like, we let COVID recover a bit and we see what's happening.
And,
then
and COVID's recovering.
It is recovering.
Because we have new rules. We are back to a 12 p.m. No, 12 a.m.
12
curfew.
a.m. Yes.
And no more quarantine.
Nope.
At the
at the hotels.
And as soon as we say this in a week later, we'll be like, never mind.
It was just for a week. but we never know. Yeah.
So I did want to say, like, this is a broad conversation, and when you came back, quick question: from when you left to when you came back, did the neighborhoods and housing in that entire area change?
My God. Drastically.
Okay.
Like, it really, really changed. I'll give an example of there's some places that we would have wanted to invest in then. I'm talking about maybe 7 years ago. That now the prices have like really went high.
Yes.
You know?
And I think you were telling me about Kabaga Baga.
Yes.
Like Kabaga Baga was just land. Just
if you look at that place near the memorial, Kabaga, the memorial site, we have friends who used to live like really down near the swamp.
Yes.
And you had to drive on that really dirt road going down. Every time you drove there, you're like,
this is annoying. I don't like it. And let me be honest with you. This is not an exaggeration. This motion
that is
not
down.
An exaggeration.
It's Rwanda, hilly.
But now Kabaga Baga is, I want to say, one of the more expensive places.
It is actually.
Okay.
It is. It's gained its value in terms of being, I won't say again a high end, but I would say it's a very good residential neighborhood where people, you know, you just feel safe and comfortable in the fact that it has tarmac roads, you know, walkways on the roads, the parks, you know. I mean, these all add to the value of a landlord charging whatever they charge for their houses. So yes, it's gained value in that way.
But you talk about the landlords charging, and that's something I have been, if you noticed, one of the things we talk about, trying to go around and price check houses and apartments and different things at different price checks. And one thing that I've noticed is it is about the area.
Correct.
And
yes, it is about the area and what comes with the area.
Okay.
Because some areas might be known for being expensive, I would say, or carrying certain type of houses. Because you know, we're looking at modern kitchen, we're looking at a family home, maybe 3-4 bedrooms. I want a beautiful bathroom, spacious. I need a beautiful, I need lighting in my house. You know, so the current way of constructing houses, things are really changing, you know? So
and I was going to say, even I talked to Johnson Bigwee, and so what happened too is that the houses almost followed like this cookie cutter recipe. Like, all houses were kind of built in this one area. They all look, we haven't posted that video's coming soon. We went to like 3 to 4 different houses, and it was literally
the $500,000
the $500,000 houses. It was the same set up, each house.
Yeah, because you know, Jay, I'm looking at if someone is approaching me and they tell me maybe 6 things that they're looking at for a house. I need a newer house, you know, because they, for some reasons, they know that older houses have maybe plumbing issues, maybe they have like wiring issues, or humidity, which is a problem that we have. So people prefer newer houses. They want good lighting, they want open kitchen or just spacious kitchen, you know. So if someone comes in that I want a 500,000 newer house, these houses are all going to look the same. You know, that's
let's just put it out there, like,
that's truth. You might get one out of luck, honestly, out of luck, or referral, or you know someone who lived in that house, and then you, by the time they move, you recommend a landlord that you have a tenant.
But I think we need to talk about that piece just a little bit, because you do work, one of the things, because you moved in here and you had to do a lot of looking around, and you have family and friends.
48 houses I looked at.
Are you serious?
Actually, my house, the one that we live in right now, is the 48th house that I looked at in a period of 2 months. 48 houses.
I'm flabbergasted.
It was in the middle of COVID. There was a lot of supply,
Yeah.
but there wasn't something that suited me as a mother of 3 small children. I needed a garden. I needed a big kitchen. I needed a good bedroom and a bathroom. And everything else I could have
figure out.
compromised.
Yeah.
But there wasn't something like that for me. You know?
I'm still stuck on 48.
Yeah,
I would
this is
stopped,
it.
I would have stopped like at 6. You know me, my tolerance.
I know
I'm
you,
done.
Jay.
I'm done. I am
Yes,
done.
I think I've worked with every commissioner, not all, but most of them, who every other person works with, and I feel like that drew me to, if I had someone who at least could go there and do things for me.
Yeah.
And I was heavily pregnant, and it was very
That's
hot.
worse. No.
You know, it was. We came back in end of June, so it was so hot.
Oh my gosh! And in the roads and all my stuff,
you know,
I would
the
have
bumpy
died.
roads, and
I would
anyway.
have died. Just bladder is like squozen. Just
Yeah.
no.
So I wished I had someone who could look after me.
And I feel like that because one of the things that we're starting to do with My Cousin Connection is we vet a lot for you.
Correct.
And I do feel like some people take that for granted because we'll show you 3 houses and they'll be like, you know what, I want another one. And it's like, no, we actually looked at 10. Like,
Yes.
it's stressful. It's
Yes.
so stressful.
Yes.
But we were talking about that, and one of the things that you kind of mentioned is luck. Luck, and that's one thing I fear when I talk with people is that you take somebody else's blessing and luck and you make that the norm.
Right.
And it's not. You have to know or be able to talk to somebody, be like, no, this is not what normally happens. Or you caught a landlord at a certain time, or you found just really somebody good,
Correct, yes.
or those things. But whenever you find something, there's some things that you really do need to jump on,
Yes.
or deal with. What do you think?
Well, I feel like I like selling my story. Like I looked at so many houses
Yes.
that I still have pictures and videos of kept. So if I tell you, Jay, you're looking for a house, you're reaching out to me or to My Cousin's Connection that you're looking for a house, I will tell you I looked at this number of houses, but I'll save you that trouble.
Yes.
I'm going to go through that trouble for you.
Yes.
I'm going to look for a house for you. Now, if I come with 3 houses in front of you, please choose one because I've done the job, you know? I've at least ticked out most of the boxes of the list.
Okay.
For your requirements, you know? And then also, you know, I mean, I know what you're looking for. At least I understand what you're looking for, and I don't want you to go through what I went through. Then the luck, you know, these houses get taken.
They do.
Just like that.
They do.
So you might be
They
there
do.
and, you know, saying, oh no, keep looking for me. And then
there was a house we went that was there. We really knocked on the door and the person right before took it.
Correct. That these things happen. These things happen. So if you see a house, just take it. No, not like just take it, but if we recommend houses and we know this is what you're looking for and it's the type of house that you'd feel comfortable in, having a good landlord comes in, you know?
Yes.
An understanding and listening landlord. I feel like that's a blessing to have. That as a
Well, one of the things that I feel like if we're gonna go ahead and be transparent, let me just be transparent. There's a lot of things I try not to say. But when I was going through my hunting for houses and different things, while people say they hear you, they don't really hear you.
Not at all.
And so you can end up wasting a lot of time, even though I specifically stated, and one of the ones is when my mom moved, I stated I do not want a 2-story home unless there's a full bathroom and bedroom on the bottom.
Downstairs.
And I still was shown so many. Somebody took me to a 3-story apartment, and our apartment was on the 3rd floor, and I was like, there's no way my mother can live here. And so one of the things that really happens, and it's infuriating, and I don't know if it's a language barrier, I don't know what it is, but if you work with certain commissioners, they're so focused on the commission.
Yes, that's right.
That they're showing you what they think you want, versus what you
really asked for. Correct. Yes, you're right on that, Jay, because we see it every day. It's not something we're just gonna sit here and act like it's not happening. It's happening.
It's so true. Like,
it is so true. You have to fall in the right hands. I feel like you have to fall in the right hands. Otherwise, if it goes the other way,
Well, and that's, you know, cases is that not only will it go the other way, another thing is I think we try to treat our commissioners, and that's what I'm going to say it is, our commissioners as if they're service operators, so they're going to take care of you, they're going to walk me through this entire system, they're going to do all this stuff. But in actuality, they're a connector.
Correct.
All they do is connect you. They really do expect for you to do the work on your own. And as a foreigner, for me, that gets confusing because I don't know systems.
You don't know systems and you don't know where to go. Another thing, you might spend 5 hours standing looking for the sector office. You might reach the sector office and no one understands what you're talking about. You know, so we take you through all that. We're there with you, sign your contracts, do all this, and then even after that, we'll follow up to know, are you comfortable? Is everything fine? Do you need the landlord to do this? You know, all these things, we line
security,
them all up.
like I know you've done security, you've done maid and cleaning services as well to get you situated and acclimated in.
Yeah, this is also something that I do. So I train nannies, cooks, security guards, and all these people, just like to give them the basics that we should know when you're going to maybe apply for a job, or you've been seated there looking for a job, but when you get a job, what do you do to secure that job for a long time? What do you do to live in peace with the family or the person that is employing you? So this is also something that comes in when you're settled.
Because you don't understand. There are so many, and it's really weird because I talk about it. There is language differences.
Correct.
But there's also there's just different expectations, and it's not a negative. Like this is the worst example, and forgive me. It's Jeeks. Jeeks is bleach, y'all. It's like it has been such a time for us to train, and it's not a negative on how we like. For us in the U.S., Black Americans, we use bleach in everything. We use Jeeks. Yeah, see, look, your face is like, no. When
you mean like for clothes or something else?
Clothes, for like, okay, you scrub down a bathroom, like your house is not clean unless you walk in and you're slightly dizzy-headed because we use so much bleach. Like, yes, you sometimes put bleach in the dishwashing liquid and wash. Yes, you use Jeeks. Like, it kills everything. My brother came home from school funky one day. My mama put him in a bathtub and poured bleach in it. Yes, it cleans it. Yes, we use bleach. Like, pour bleach in the water, scrub the bathrooms and all that stuff. Fix your face. It works. It is the cleanest thing. It's disinfectant.
All right.
It kills all the germs.
Maybe on another hand, we know that everyone can afford it. But yes, I get you. And here, maybe no, it's not a thing for us.
It's not. It's not. And so all I'm saying is that's one of those things that you recognize.
Do you know what we use Jig for? If my white cloth has a stain,
that's
then we put Jig.
That's it. No, every time you wash whites, Jeeks go in automatically. Automatically.
No.
Automatically. And you
First
pour
of
water.
all, we do hand washing. So can you imagine hand washing when you have Jig all the time? Oh my God, you're gonna...
No, this is the struggle.
Yeah,
it's the sacrifice. It's the sacrifice for clean whites. Have you not watched our music videos, like with the white t-shirt? These things is starched and clean. That's Jeeks, baby. That's Jeeks.
Right.
That's Jeeks, baby. And so while you guys are like, okay, what is going on? What I'm saying is, it's just there's little bitty things that, you know, because for me, I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You have the Jeeks. Like now, my girls, I love them. They know to use Jeeks once a week. Right. That makes me happy. Just once a week.
All right. That's good.
And I know they look at me like this.
From every day and on everything to once a week.
It's once a week. Just once a week. Just once a week.
We got
to go through the bathrooms. We got to hit the bathrooms.
Yes. Once a week
with the bleach.
Good.
Yes.
It is good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I like once a week. For your own sanity and safety, you feel like
you didn't grow up like you grew up. Like
no,
bleach is right. And see, this is I can tell you how.
Yeah,
Jeeks comes. This is the truth. Jeeks comes in like this little tube, like this.
Is it the same like we have here?
No. Right. First and foremost, y'all's quality is diluted. Like no, your quality is diluted. I am not. You're supposed to open. You're supposed to smell it from this far away. Yes, like it's diluted. It's not real. I need to bring some Clorox and then the second, because we come in with jugs, like how y'all have Jergens and stuff. Like we come in with jugs of bleach for the house. Like it is bleach. And if you're good, you have bleach for different areas. You have your bleach
for the bathroom, you have for the clothes, you have for the dishwasher, you have for God knows what. Yes. Right.
So the whole reason we went down this road was when you're trying to find or get acclimated.
Yes.
These things are things that matter, and those different things. So that's why it's good to have someone who works in as a liaison, because a lot of things we take for granted. And then there's systems that you don't know out here.
Correct. Yeah.
For me, it's like the security guards. Like having a security guard for us would be like, oh my God, no. It's a norm here, and you need someone who watches the house and does all of these things.
Yes. And then also, you know, labor, I'm going to compare it to where you come from the US. Labor is not as expensive as
No, it is not. It is not.
I've been to Europe and I've seen how, oh my God, literally you take your baby to daycare at God knows what, 2-3 months, then getting in a nanny. In Rwanda, you get a nanny for cheaper. Shh, don't tell anyone.
I have nothing.
You get a guard, you get a cleaner, you get anyone you want. Anyone you want, Jay.
Yeah, well, I think you have a household that has to run.
Correct.
And
correct.
So and I know that people are like, okay, you're sounding really bougie now. Like, yes. The key
reality
thing is
on the table.
The key thing is that you have the ability to have assistance.
Correct.
That's a norm.
Yes.
That's a norm, and building that. And so in order to do that, it goes back to one of the things that you said your business is training people to be prepared to work in that capacity.
Correct. Yeah, I feel like also giving them a bit of a life to look forward to by giving them maybe a little bit of a higher salary, which is what someone else, there are people who are paid as less as $30.
Yeah.
Even under, I know people who are paid $400 for doing the same job. So depending on how you want your staff to live, you can give them, you can be as generous as you want.
But that's one thing I liked about you, because when we had clients, cousins that went through that, and you literally gave, for this amount, this is what you can expect.
Correct.
For this amount, this is what you can expect. This amount. So you do leave a lot, but for us, we don't know these numbers.
Right.
Like I said, for us to get, if I just hired somebody to come and clean my house, like a company to come and clean my house one day, on the low end, for one day is $100.
That's a very good salary for someone.
That's daily. That's daily.
For a
so
month.
yeah, I'm talking about like literally.
Yeah, but someone who speaks English, who like went to school and maybe graduated from either high school or like university, someone who has experience, it also matters. It will determine the salary. How much recommended is this person? You know, all these small things you put together to determine someone's salary. It's not going to be like someone you just took from the village, doesn't know how to scrub your toilet or do anything.
And there's a big difference. There's a big difference, because they're just those. But I wanted to kind of go back. So since we touched on this and did not, because I'm gonna be honest, we didn't know where this conversation was gonna go, and we talk all the time.
Yes.
You introduced yourself as a mother, but also an entrepreneur.
Yes.
And so we kind of looked onto that. You work with the what do you do? Let's go for it. Like, because you have a list. Like, I have a list. You have a list. What is it that you do?
Okay, so which one do I start with? But anyway, I'll try. So I help people find houses, and I'm not going to say much about that, but yes. And then 2, I work with Zima Women. I'm the communications advisor and the community development developer of Zima Women. This is an NGO, an organization for women. We come together to help other women. And then also I design and produce children's play equipment. Yes. And then also I train house helps. That includes any house help, and then I match them to families. I think that's pretty much everything. Those are the biggest one. And then on the other side, I'm a full-time mother.
3 babies.
3 small babies.
3 small ones. Yes. Running around. I love them.
Yeah. So yeah, this is me.
And so one of the things that I really do appreciate is that you're kind of like also that voice of reason. When I'll be like, is this normal? And you'll be like, hey, that one is not normal.
Correct. Yeah, I've been around long. Yes.
But I think that's one of the things that makes everything unique about what we're doing out here.
Correct.
Because for people, especially those in the cousins,
Yes,
it's just
yes.
such a new domain. Even things for you when you came back was new.
Yes, correct. You're right.
Yeah, and so
You're
it's
right,
just the
yeah.
key thing, and I would say if anything here is being able to talk through
Yes.
those things, talk
Yes.
through this new life,
Yes.
talk through
Yes.
this. And one of the things I'm going to say too is understand the growth of Rwanda and where it's going.
That's right. That's right. Because I feel like leaving Rwanda and going abroad and then coming back, it changed a lot of my mindset in terms of, in so many ways, but I'm going to focus here in terms of maybe houses and land, in terms of pricing as well, and then people's need to, you know, to a neighborhood understanding that we have to do our road, we have to contribute our own money to do our road. Before, it was all left for the government to do, and whenever the government decides, whenever they have it on their schedule, they will do it at their own convenient time.
There's a lot. Even going into that, and we talk about that, and I think that's one of the reasons why we met, because I did the video and like talking through what documents mean.
Yes.
And that's where, you know, I started to learn more about the codes. And then it's very funny because just between your influence, and I have to shout out K and L's influence.
Yes.
Somebody took me someplace and was like, this land cost you know, 22 million, and I laughed in front of their face like, you are hilarious. No, it's not, because the government is actually building this direction, not this direction, such and such. This here, you have this across the street, this is labeled for this, and they were just like, oh my God, I didn't know you
know so much.
Right? Like, don't play this game with me.
Yes,
you're in this community, this is this road, this is a tarmac, this is this. And so, but there's so much in knowing those things and being able to have that conversation, knowing about subdivisions, knowing about so much, and those are things that you help people.
Yes, I do help people in that. I actually like, I want the truth. I don't want you to cheat. You get me? I don't want you to, maybe I'm not going to call it cheating, but raising the price.
Yeah.
You know, whatever word we want to give it, but just raising the price because someone isn't a Rwandan.
Yeah.
You know? So literally,
it happens.
Yeah, it happens a lot. You could take a taxi with a foreigner.
Yeah.
A foreigner could stand, you could stand here, the taxi's there, and you're here. So they pass by you,
go to the foreigner,
and then they go to the foreigner. This is not what I want, because there is an assumption that the foreigner has a lot of money.
It's so many.
By default.
So many.
By default.
So many.
Yes.
And that's like a whole different conversation too, of how do you navigate things.
Correct. Yeah. So anyone who doesn't speak Kinyarwanda, by default, you have a lot of money.
Yep.
You know, so these are the cuts I'm trying to eliminate, you know, and then I make sure that I'm on the same page with the landlord is happy, given him a long-term tenant, a very good tenant who will take care of your house, major key things, and then negotiate for you, and, you know, all these small details that actually matter a lot.
They matter a lot. They matter a lot. So I wanted to kind of close out here only because, number one, I started this, but this is not an interview. This is a conversation.
Correct.
We could continue talking.
We could.
We could continue.
It's Jay. It's Jay. We just talk.
We talk all
when
the
we
time.
meet, we just talk.
Oh my gosh.
We just talk.
And just ideas moving forward. And I think that one of the things that we are looking at is trying to build, we're trying to build a fair playing field for foreigners.
Correct.
Because this is such a beautiful place. But literally, if you get into the wrong hands or walk down the wrong path, and I do feel like if you're contacted somebody who doesn't know how to take care of you, it's going to be a lot more bumpy. It's going to be a lot more excruciating. And that's the thing. Everybody says they know how to take care of you, but not everybody knows how.
It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you.
It's going to cost you, whether it's finances or stress. And stress is a big one. And it's stress and time and those things. And so there's a path, but you have to be very careful. Not everybody knows how to take care of that path.
Correct. Yeah, I feel like, do you have this instinct that when you see someone, you can realize if they are going to waste your time or not? They're going to take care of you?
Because that's why I have like 7 ex-boyfriends. So I don't have that instinct. You're happily married with children, so you trust her. I don't have that. There's a reason why I have exes.
I wasn't ready for this. I'm literally just...
We gotta go.
Yeah.
So, all right, contact information below if you want to. Drop your messages, drop all your stuff in the comments. We will be communicating and all of that. But we gotta go, so I'm gonna say bye.
See you.
I know you wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready for this, Jay.
All right.